everybody, it's Amanda here from Scrimpingmommy.co.uk, and today I'm going to show you how I made this six-sided box. I wanted to make one and I had seen lots and lots of pictures on Pinterest, but none of them had measurements. Everybody seemed to have used a box die of some description. So out of sheer frustration, I thought I would make my own. So taking a standard milk carton measurements, I came up with one, and so I'm using the back of my DSP pack again because it's nice and strong. You can use Whisper White, and I am using 12 by 12, and I'm going to cut it at 5.5 and the full length of the 12 by 12, so 5.5 we're cutting it at. All of the measurements will be over on my blog at scrimpingmommy.co.uk, so don't worry if I go a bit too fast. Okay. So on the long side here, we want to score at every 2 inches all the way along. So 2, 4, 6, 8 and 10. Okay, now we want to turn it on the short side, and we want to score at 1.5. Get that straight. 3.5 and 5. Okay, then we can move that. We've done with our trimmer. We don't need it. Oh no, we do need it in a minute to cut our DSP. Right, so then we need to just, where's my ruler? There we go. We need to just quickly measure the centre part of each of these, which is 1 inch. So I'm just doing a little mark at 1 inch, just in pencil. You can rub it out later. So 1 inch. And this is the basic way of, you know, how everybody makes milk cartons. This is just basically an extended one to make a six-sided box. You can make these for any occasion, and the size that I'm doing here is quite a big, you know, quite a decent size box. So really useful to learn and have in your repertoire, as it were. Right, so now we're going from corner to pencil point, all the way across. Okay, so from corner to pencil point. You can fast forward this bit if you want. Get it as straight as you can. You can fast forward it if you want, but I don't like editing out bits of my video, you know, unless I have to stop because the phone rings or something. But my husband's been warned today, don't ring me before such and such a time, I'm busy. I think he thinks that because I work from home, that, you know, I just sit watching Jeremy Kyle on the TV all day. If you're from overseas, Jeremy Kyle is a little bit like the modern version of Jerry Springer, but worse. Yeah, I think he thinks I sit and watch that all day. So yeah, so he's been warned today. I'm busy. Because he'll ring me up, what's for tea? Blimey, he's 9:30 in the morning, I don't know. Bless him, I do love him to pieces. Right, so we've done all of that now. So now I'm going to start, and I'm going to burnish everything really nicely. Where's my burn folder? Here we go. So I'm folding that line there, and I'm going to fold all of these, give them a nice crease. Am I rocking? I hope I'm not rocking camera too much. I was going to move all my craft room back around so that my table was weighted at one end again like it was before. But, you know, I'm going to be moving house soon, so if I'm honest, I can't be bothered. It took me 2 days to move it around the last time. You know what it's like when we start tidying or rearranging our crafty spaces. It takes forever. So I just can't face it. So the camera will have to rock for now. Right, so then we just want to coax these lines here. So just coax it. It shouldn't be. It should want to go nice and easy if you've you know, done your scoring right. Okay, super easy, just fold it. You don't need to burnish that, it's just to help, you know, get it all together at the end. Then just fold it in half, okay? And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use my crocodile. A normal hole punch would suffice. And what I'm going to do is, at either side of this point here, if you can see, at either side I'm going to put a hole. So on each panel, at either side, we're punching a hole, and we're doing that all the way around, and I want the larger hole. So we're doing 2 on each panel. Okay, I've not measured it, I'm doing it by eye. 1, 2. And because I've folded it over, it just makes it quicker. If you haven't got a crocodile, just do it one at a time with a normal hole punch. Okay. Now the other thing that I need, because I've used the full size of the 12 by 12, I'm going to make myself a structure strip. So I want that to measure about 5 inches. So let me just get my trimmer back. Make myself a structure strip. Because I don't like being limited by the width of my paper. If my paper's not big enough, I will stick 2 pieces together using the structure strip technique. So 1 inch by about 5, I want it, by about 5, and then I'm going to score at 1/2 inch, which is quite difficult when you've only got a 1 inch piece. So let me just hold it straight with my bone folder. Oh, wait a minute. Let me just move my trimmer blade. I don't want to cut it, I want to score it. Don't want to cut it, that would be a disaster. So there we go, I've scored it roughly at 1/2 inch. I've not done a very good job. Hold on a minute. Doesn't matter. You might try and score yours. It might have been easier to score that 1/2 inch on the scoreboard than on the trimmer. Okay, so I'm going to add some red line tape to that. On each side. Trim it off. Trim it off. Okay. Oop, get off. Right, so I'll set that to one side for a minute. In fact, I've cut that too long because I don't need it on the flaps. It actually needs to be 3.5, not 5. 3.5. I wasn't thinking then, 3.5. See, this is why I don't like editing bits out, because then 3.5. It only needs to be on this section here, because these are the flaps that are going to fasten at the bottom. So it just needs to fit on there. So 3.5 there. Okay, and then I'm going to just tail them in to make sure that that's not in the way. Okay, pop that to one side for a minute, and then I'm going to cut the flaps. 1, 2, 3, 4, that's 5 flaps. Then I'm going to do my DSP now, and I'm going to layer it on before I put my box together because it will be easier. So I'm going to put my structure strip and my box to one side. Now I'm using the Sweet Soiree, which is a very big, bold, beautiful paper. Now I know that I need each of my panels to be 1 7/8 by 1 7/8. So to make sure that your pattern runs, so that all the way around the box the pattern's running, get your 12 by 12, cut one long strip at 1 7/8. Okay, the full length. Okay, and then cut 1 7/8 that when you want 6. So that's 1, and then put them on the, I put them on the table in front of me in order, like 1, 2, 3, like that, so that I know that it matches up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and if you have them in front of you in order and the right way up, then you won't go wrong. 1 7/8 is there, nearly cut that wrong then. There, okay. So they're all in front of me, ready and waiting. That's all I need to do. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick them on straight away. So taking them in order, that's number 1. And get them on. Number 2. And so on and so on, and then that way, if you have them in order, your pattern will run nicely. Sometimes it doesn't really matter. I just think that with this big bold paper, with the really striking pattern, it just looks nicer if you make sure that the pattern runs, you know, the right way up and in order. Oh dear. I know what I mean. There we go. Oh, that's not on very straight, but never mind. Oh, never mind. And this is absolutely gorgeous because it's foiled as well, so it captures the light. It's super pretty. Okay. No, you're not straight. I'm not happy. There we go, that's better. Right, okay, so now I can turn it over and I'm going to put my structure strip on there. Okay, so where it folds like that, you want the fold up against the edge. So I'm going to remove that red line tape. Done it wrong now. Have I? No, I haven't. It's that way. Oh, I thought I'd done it wrong then. So yeah, you want the folded edge up along the edge of here. Get it as close to the edge as you can. Okay, could have done with being a tiny bit longer, but never mind, it will hold the box still perfectly fine. And then you can then go and you can join your box together. Okay, give it a press. You won't really see that join once the box is all put together. Okay, then there you go. Okay. So then another tip that I did see was a lady used a glass, and when she was doing this kind of hexagon style type box, she put it over the glass to help her keep the shape, because sometimes, you know, you don't want it a bit skew with and a bit out of line. So put it over a glass, make sure you've got one there and one there, and that they're all even and nicely spaced. Okay, the only thing that I need to do first of all is that I forgot to do press it down flat on the deck, like so, with those flaps there and those flaps back, and then you can put your fast fuse on the edge of each one. I nearly forgot that then. We won't get far if we don't stick it down. Okay, so again, over the glass. Have one at north, one at south, there you go. Okay, make sure it's nice and neat, and then just fold them into each other in turn. Okay, now you'll see there's a little gap there, and that's there for, I know that that's there, and what I'm going to do is I am going to reinforce my bottom, well, the bottom of my box, not my bottom, with a 2 1/4 inch circle punch, and I'm going to punch 2. Okay, because they never fold together completely neatly, these, and I hate the look of that untidiness. So I've cut these, and it's just the right size to just neatly go over and just make that look that little bit more tidy and a little bit more you know, nicer. Move my glass out of the way, press that in on the inside, and then I have got one. Oop. There we go. I have got one for the inside as well. Just gives you extra strength in that box. Okay. Put that on the inside. Carry a brick in that now. No, but you know, if you've got like a candle, or you could put a small, I don't know, bath bombs or smellies or sweets or even miniature bottles of alcohol would fit in there. You know, so you want a nice sturdy bottom. You don't want it falling to pieces, and that is nice and sturdy. Right, so then you just put it together, squish it together like a normal milk carton. Okay, they squish at the top, don't they? Like so. Get it all in line. Okay. Get it all together. Give it a bit of a, just get your finger in and give it a squeeze. Okay, and then that's all holds together nicely like so. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some ribbon. Now this is contraband ribbon out of my stash. It's not actually Stampin' Up ribbon, but it's very, very close to Berry Burst, which is the colour I would choose, and I would use the probably the finely woven ribbon. Okay, so I'm going to decide which is the back of my box. So that is going to be the back. I'll have that as the front. So I'm going to feed this ribbon all the way through all the holes. Well, I am going to do if I can get hold of it. Oh, you are naughty. Always happens when you turn your camera on. And you just literally feed it through all of the holes. I'm not known for my patience. If something doesn't quite, you know, something fiddly doesn't go right, I can get quite irritated. But we're not going to lose our patience today with this ribbon. Oh, let me use that and poke it through with that. There we go. Don't have patience. I don't. Not for silly things. I really don't. Right, let's just poke it through. Just use your scar tool or something and poke it through rather than trying to thread it. It's easier. I ain't got all day for threading ribbon. There we go. We'll get there in the end. Okay. And then just the last one. Just thread it through. I'm going to use my... Okay. Get in. There we go. I should have had a load of sweeties or a candle or something to hand to put in that. In fact, let me just quickly grab some sweeties or a candle. I don't know if this candle would actually fit in it. Yeah, I've got this little jar candle here. I think that would fit, would it? It would, yeah. That would fit. Okay. Or I have some sweeties. Let me just open these over here. Oh, rattle, rattle. Look at those, yum. Put some of these in. Love hearts. And it fits loads in. Loads in there. I'll save those for later. Yum, yum. Okay. And then you can faff about with your ribbon so it's all neat and straight. I won't do that or else I will probably send myself to distraction. I'm just going to tie it in a bow. Tie it in a bow. There we go. And that will all hold together really nicely because of the scoring. We'll put it in a pretty bow, hopefully. Hopefully. There we go. And then trim off the excess. I'm probably going to make you all cry now because I'm going to be a bit wasteful probably with this ribbon. But I do have lots of it. And it's not Stampin' Up, this is contraband. Okay. And trim of that side as well. Okay. Really, really pretty. Okay. So there we go so far. Now I do just want a sentiment on there. So what I have chosen is, I've chosen the Beautiful Bouquet because I've been working with this week, making some samples and whatnot. And let's have a look which one we can have. I might just have Happy Birthday, I think, yeah. But, you know, you've got wedding sentiments on there, birthday, thank you. You've just about got them all in that set. So we'll have Happy Birthday, and I'm going to use this one, I think. This size block should do. There we go. So let me just move that to one side one moment, and I'm going to use Berry Burst, which is the colour that this ribbon should be, really. But I've had to cheat because I've run out. So I've not stamped this one, so I'm just going to have a practice so that I know if it needs a bit more pressure. That one's absolutely lovely. Okay, so I'll have that there like so. Okay, and then I was going to use the Everyday Labels punch, but do you know, I don't know if I like it now. I don't know if it's going to be too big. Let me have a look. Don't know if that's going to be a bit big now for my pretty box. No, because you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make it even more pretty. And what I'm going to do is, I remember seeing some pretty flowers. Here we are. So let's just make that look that little bit nicer with some flowers. I'll stick that there so I know it needs cleaning. I'll probably forget about it. Let's have this little one here. Oh, we've got a bow there as well. I wonder if that'd fit. No. Okay, I'm going to use this little flower here. Okay, I'm just going to stick that on. And I'm just going to make my slightly, probably a bit bigger than it should be, sentiment tag to be something a bit more pretty. So I'll add that flower there. Oh, that's nice, isn't it? And we'll have one there. Ooh. And then we'll just have one going off the sides there and there. And there. Yeah? I think that's pretty. I might just do it all the way around now. Shall I? I might as well. I'll do it all the way around now. Might as well. In for a penny, in for a pound. That's what they say. So now I just want some Stampin' Dimensionals. And I can attach that to my project. And it's going to look super cute. Okay. 1, 2. Get off. Get off. And add that to my box. And we've got a really, really cute box there. 6-sided box. Very, very pretty. Very, very easy. And it holds quite a lot, does that? I'm really impressed. So go and give it a try. 6-sided milk carton box. And have some fun. Thanks for watching. Bye.